What is up everybody, I'm Spear and today I want to show you how I use my new Rack Extension FrameCV to sidechain my synths to my drums. First up, let's take a quick listen to the quick loop I've prepared. As you can hear, the kick is completely drowned out by all of the synth action that's going on. So let's fix this. First up, I want to buzz together all of the stuff that is not the kick in my mixer. And then I'm gonna go into that buzz in the rack and set it up so all of that stuff is ducked out whenever the kick hits. I'm gonna use the line mixer 622 for this. You can also use any kind of device that accepts a CV input and can somehow control the gain of the signal. So for example, the kilohertz gain is what I would normally use, but for this tutorial I want to keep it vanilla, so to speak, and use the micro mix, which just involves one extra step, but it's fine. So first up, hook it up so that the 2-device insert FX on the bus goes into the first channel on the mixer, so that it actually runs through the mixer. Then we're gonna chuck in the FrameCV generator. We're gonna show the programmer on the bus 1 and hook up the blue mod to the CV in 1 on the programmer on the bus, which we also switch to unipolar, which is very important, so that the bus knows that the signal coming into it is a unipolar signal. FrameCV generates unipolar signals, so that's a fit. In the programmer, we'll use the line mixer and we'll use CV input 1 on the master level. And I'll just cap it at 100, but it doesn't really matter if you go to 127, just watch out so you don't clip. What we can do now is we can use the blue mod and pay attention to the master and the mixer. We can use the blue mod to control the level of the signal coming through this bus. So now it's all about setting up a curve to duck out the signal whenever a kick hits. So I want to have a bit of a tag, so I'm going to start off with the level at full, so all the way up. And then I'm gonna go down pretty far, so we have a nice pumping action going. And then I'm gonna go up pretty quickly again with a bit of a curve, so the kick has some room to breathe. And a nice trick when sidechaining and setting up a curve for sidechaining is that to not go up all the way immediately, but rather just have a bit of a slope right here to let the signal come through naturally and come back in full swing only at the end of the ducking cycle. We're obviously going to use the trigger knob on FrameCV now to trigger this whenever a kick hits. So let's automate it by alt-clicking, and in the sequencer we'll just draw in a clip. And we're going to use the old trick because we've added a little bit of a tag on the curve. We want to move this clip a bit in front of the actual kick that's happening, so that the signal has time to disappear, to duck out before the kick actually hits. Now let's duplicate this out, so we have it for every kick. And let's take a listen to what we got. As you can hear, the ducking is very extreme, and it's also that extreme because we have the speed at halfway, which is kind of slow for ducking. So let's bring the speed up to about 90%, so it's a lot quicker and the signal is back in full swing a lot quicker. There you go, that's how I like to sidechain stuff to my drums using FrameCV. It adds a lot of control. We can choose exactly how we want to duck out the signal using these frames, and we can choose a speed that fits us. We could even use CV in on the gate from a Kong or Red drum if we were running that for our drums, and we wouldn't even have to worry about adding an additional automation lane in the sequencer at all. But because I'm running an audio kick right here, I need to automate it, which is fine as well. Gives us the opportunity to move it in front of the kick, which just makes the whole thing a lot smoother. So I guess my point is FrameCV adds a lot of control to the ducking and sidechaining process. And this is how I sidechain in my tracks nowadays. Alright, hope this helps. Have a good one of whatever you're having, and I'll see ya in the next one.